Welcome, welcome. As usual, I've gotten myself in a position where I'm working a third shift, working a double. And since it's going to be daylight savings time, or let's see, yeah, we're on normal time now. So it's going to be daylight savings time in 28 minutes. So I just thought I'd live stream. You can watch me work for a half hour. We'll watch the clock change together. If anyone actually gets a notification, if anyone's actually awake. Are you? Or is this a rewatch? Either way, we'll hang out a little bit. Dropped 2 new shorts today. I can't remember what they are. One is a lame dad joke, and the other is a bourbon review. So, you know, that's the kind of thing you like. Go check it out. Probably eventually I'll put some of the videos that I have on my other channels that I'm probably going to stop using. I'll get some of those videos on. I got a Weezer cover on the cello channel, and a friend of mine has a different version of that. They added in some electric guitar, bass, drums, or electric guitar and drums, some backup vocals. So instead of just re-releasing that same cello song that I did, I'll see if I can get my hands on their recording. And then have something just a little slightly different to put on this channel. As far as some of the cooking stuff I did on the random channel, I'm gonna get the beef Wellington onto this channel because that was a fun video. That was absolutely the first time I tried making anything like that, and it turned out really good, if I do say so myself. Actually, Izzo's wife told me it was good, so I can say it was good. Now that first version of the beef Wellington, I didn't put the mushroom duck cells in there because I'm not real big into mushrooms. So the second time I made it, and it's turning out to be a much longer video, so I got to do something about that. Second time I made it, I did 2 without the mushrooms and 2 with the mushrooms. And even though I'm not a mushroom guy, you know, you dice up the mushrooms, you dice up some shallots, and you cook it down until it's reduced. And boy howdy, it was good in that beef Wellington. So those are a couple of videos I'll put out. Maybe I'll put one of them out tomorrow as I start to increase what this channel does. I think I had a viewer for a second. Just swinging through, seeing what's going on. Well, if you're still watching, random person, welcome. Throw your name in the chat. We'll love to get to know you. This actually might be good timing because I was thinking of taking a popcorn break after I get all this edge banding done. And this is the last piece of edge banding, or the last drawer front of edge banding. So after I get this finished, we'll heat some popcorn up, and we'll hang hang out until the clock turns. Of course, for me, that's in, what are we at? 23 minutes. That's Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, if you're up right now, you might not be in my time zone. But welcome. I don't know if I've ever stayed up for the time change. You know, usually you go to bed an hour early because you're losing an hour. Or you go to bed early because you're gaining an hour and you're freaking tired. For those of you that know me personally, or if you've been watching the channel long enough to know that quite often when you're working, things don't go the way you want them to. I will be staying awake until all these drawer fronts are complete and stained. I got like maybe 2 or 3 other pieces of plywood that I should stain. But I'm not going to sleep until this is all stained. Then I'll sleep for a tiny bit. Go to my Sunday religious service. And then start clear coating. I have a real good feeling about the clear coating. Because the stuff I use, you can recoat fairly quickly. They say 2 hours. Probably is better to give it more like 3. And it goes on nice enough that I should only need 2 coats. So I actually can get, even though I got quite a bit of plywood left to finish, Izzo's wife did most of the moldings. So I've got a few moldings to do, but she handled most of the molding, so that puts me ahead of the game at least there. So I got a real good shot of being able to sleep tomorrow night. Then on Monday, I got a small job to finish in the morning. By the afternoon, all this stuff will have dried real nice, so I can load it up in the van, and we can head to Columbus. At the moment for tomorrow night's live stream, Monday night. The moment for Monday night's live stream, I'm planning on, I'm gonna try to leave our area, Cleveland area, at I'm gonna try to leave by 5 o'clock. If I can leave at 5 o'clock, I have a Zoom meeting that I need to attend, but I don't necessarily need to participate in. That's at 7:30. So if I leave here at 5, it gives us enough time to get down to Columbus, check into our hotel room, and then do that Zoom meeting from the hotel room. That meeting has lasted as long as an hour and a half in the past, But it's a regular monthly meeting that we have for some construction volunteer work to do. But lately they've been keeping it to an hour. So that meeting starts at 7:30. In theory, it's done at 8:30. So my Monday night planning session, which will be mostly, or the planning part will go pretty quick. But then we'll do a hotel tour of the hotel. And maybe walk around that section of Columbus a little bit. It's Easton, a lot of high-end stores, businesses in that area. So we can kind of get the lay of the land. I can even give you, you know what? I'll have to get permission from the people I'm working for. See if I can give you guys a tour of the space. Now, I know they will be fine with me making an edited video later, and I was planning on time-lapsing the entire thing. So, you'll get to see the store eventually. I'll just find out if I'm allowed to put it on a live stream or not. I think it was Wednesday we had a live stream where I showed you how and why we use the edge banding. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it now. So in theory, at 1:59, we do a little time travel. As 1:59 clicks over, it should go to 3 a.m. instead of 2 a.m. As Matchbox 20 said, it's 3 a.m., I must be lonely. But that's okay, I got you to talk to, even if you're not there. Someone will be there eventually. Watch it on the replay. Give a shout out to some of my loyal fans. Give a shout out to Chief Leaf, Tomorrowland Traveler, Pete Carney, the guy that kind of inspired this whole mess. He does quite different content from me. But The Ruin is here, one of my moderators, very good man. Tad Crow, one of my moderators, very good. Guido's always here, so shout out to Guido. Shout out to Logo Boy, who's not usually in the chat, but sometimes he's here on the live stream. What else do I have to do? Pete McDivitt. He's been giving me some love on his channel on Friday nights. I don't think I have quite enough Disney content for his crowd, but I got a trip to Disney planned for April, so maybe we'll get some content. Draw some of those people over. Who else needs a shout out? Amy Kish and JAK. Well, let's get some Dana Inman in there. Dana Inman, another good man. Who else? Izzo's father-in-law. He watched the last live stream. Shout out to Izzo's father-in-law. I had a really nice commenter on a short that I did earlier today. Let's give a shout out to that fella. Let me find him. I love her butter dog sheds. I don't know if that's code for something. Hopefully I didn't say something dirty just now, but he did some real good. He did some gave me some very nice compliments on a short that I did. Oh, and Silicone Dave was in there. Silicone Dave shows up. He's a supporter, so thanks, Silicone Dave. Did I forget anyone? Did I mention Chief Leaf? Chief Leaf is always there. Cool. So thanks to some of those people for hanging out. All right, we can go get some popcorn. And of course, we're gonna get something to drink, since I'm not really using power tools today. But let's unplug the iron so we don't burn anything down. Focus. Oops. Close up on my face. Sure. Some scintillating YouTube content right there. All right, popcorn in a minute. Since it is late, even though I'm not really using any power tools, we'll do a lower proof bourbon. So this one's called Penelope. It's 80 proof, so it's lower proof. Just a nice smooth bourbon. Nothing that'll mess me up while I'm working tonight. Ooh, had another viewer check in and check out. Got random people looking at me. That's fun. Oh, I did get some Izzo-ware. Oops. I always get confused with the camera. Of course, it's hard to see. Izzo's Place. I had a couple things made just for a 100 subscriber giveaway. I won't do regular merch till down the road. Like, if I get enough people clamoring for it, I'll get some started. Trying to work on those tasting notes, but really this one is a little bit lighter, so it's not as aromatic as some of them. So I'm not getting anything specific. Like the tasting note here is, oh, it's bourbon. But I'll work on that. I'm gonna try to develop the nose, develop the palate. But on the other hand, I'm also cool with my tasting notes of, yes, I like it, no, I don't like it. Yeah, just a nice, smooth, easy drinking bourbon. You can slowly drink this all day. Let's see if it says anything on the bottle that you would want to know. So it's a 4-grain corn, rye, wheat, malted barley. And maybe that's what I should do. Like, they actually put, some of the bottles will put the tasting notes on there. Maybe I should actually pay attention to those before I try them. Help develop that palate and that and the sniffer. Learn to pick out those notes. Time check. How close are we to the time travel? 9 minutes to time travel. I'll hold my watch up and maybe you get to watch it do its magic. I'm sure I've stayed up for the time change before, but if I did, it was years ago and I don't remember. And of course, I'm foolishly working third shift, so I happen to be awake for it. We have 2 viewers. Please shout out your name if you want. Just doing a weird random daylight savings live stream. We're gonna eat some popcorn, we're gonna sip some bourbon, we're gonna wait for the clock to change, just for fun. Then we'll end the stream after the popcorn's done. I'll go back to work. You guys can go back to whatever you were doing. Oh, lost a viewer. That's right, this is a weird stream anyway. Yep, there were a lot of distractions the last 2 days, so like the stuff I'm working on now, I should have finished it Thursday, but stuff comes up, things you gotta handle, makes you more tired than you thought you were gonna be. Stephen Noon! Cool. So I was watching Dad Builds, who's one of Pete McDevitt's guys, and they were gonna stay up till the time changed, and they got tired. So I decided that I would finish his mission and I would live stream. Well, plus I'm working like a jerk right now, so I'm gonna keep the stream going at least till the time change happens in 7 minutes. Well, it happens in 7 minutes for me. I can't remember what time zone you're in, but you're probably an hour or two. You're 1 hour or 2 hour? You're probably 1 hour behind me. But that's all the silliness that I'm doing tonight. I am staying awake until all the staining is done on the project that I'm working on. Then I'll hit, I'll sleep for a few hours or an hour at least. And then I'll hit a Sunday morning religious service. Okay, cool. And then by then, the stain will have dried enough. So in the afternoon, I'll be back here clear coating stuff. Nice. So your time doesn't change for a bit, but you can watch mine change on my phone. So my lock screen for a while, and Don H from Pete's Discord turned me onto this. So I follow Cincinnati Zoo. Look at that hippo, so cute. So that's been my lock screen for a while. That's little Fritz. And I can't remember his sister's name. But yeah, it's the Cincinnati Zoo. Their Twitter feed has very cute pictures of their animals on it. And since I drive through Cincinnati sometimes on my way down south, I'm going to have to stop in and see the critter live. That would be fun. Thanks for chatting a little, Steven. I can talk even when no one's listening, but it's nice to know someone's out there. And then I'm drinking a lighter bourbon. It's only 80 proof, but Penelope. It's a nice smooth bourbon. No complaints about it. Oh, cool, excellent. Yeah, I haven't been there yet. Just following them on Twitter. When we're driving, excuse me, I'm sorry. When we're driving through Cincinnati, there's a hotel. I can't remember which hotel it is, but it's like a cylinder. And me and Izzo's wife decided that someday, just for fun, we're gonna stay in that weird round tower. Oh, cool! Excellent. Cincinnati is a very pretty city. I like driving through at night, especially. It's kind of like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's got some neat views as you're coming into the city. I love my Cleveland, but we're a little bit boring looking. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna be so busy eating, drinking, and talking, I'll forget to 4 minutes. 4 minutes for time travel. More scintillating YouTube content of me eating popcorn. Oh, Steven, I don't know if you saw, I did make a very limited amount of merch. I posted a picture to Pete's Discord earlier today, but I just did that for the 100 view when I got to 100 subs, and if this thing gets crazy and gets up closer to 500, between a 500 and 1,000, maybe I'll do more merch regularly. Bill was kind enough to reach out to me for help with that. Minutes. It's not the highest quality, but it looks nice, and it's about what I would expect for what I paid. Of course, I'm spoiled working for the leather company, as I do. I should see if they would make something like that for me. 2 minutes. Can't wait to see. I'm just thinking about Back to the Future because of pretending like this is time travel. Can't wait to see who Christopher Lloyd plays in The Mandalorian. I'm gonna call it here. I'm wondering if he plays. Yeah, I'm wondering if he plays like Bo-Katan's father, and maybe he didn't die because they said he sacrificed himself for Mandalore. But 1 minute. All right, I'll keep this up. I'll keep tapping it. Hopefully I won't mess up and tap it at the wrong point. Aw, little Fritz, look at the little paw. Or little foot. Whatever that is. Oops. The suspense is killing me. I hope it lasts. Come on, phone. There's got to be a better way to do this. And you know I'm going to time it bad. You know it's going to go dark right at 2. Huh? Very much like that, I imagine. I got real lucky in December for Guardians. That was real quick. I loved your chest mount, Steven. And 3! It went to 3! We time traveled! We're in the future! Sorry, I'm a jerk. But yeah, your footage of Tron was awesome. So if anyone's watching this, you can find Steven Noon on Instagram, and he's got good pictures in general. But yeah, he's got some Tron footage, which is nice. You know what, Steve? After the happy time travel, woohoo! So after this thing uploads, I will, if that's okay with you, I'll throw your Instagram in the description so people can watch Tron if they want. Because you know what? I was shouting out supporters of the channel earlier at the beginning of the stream. Steven Noon, MVP, extremely supportive of this channel. So another shout out. Got shouted. Nice. You got it. I'll put it in. Well, we may as well hang out until the popcorn's done. You don't have to hang out, Steven, if you don't want. I'm sure you have better things to do. I was hoping I could sucker some of those people from Dad Build's channel over. I even put in the live chat, I'm like, if they end, I'm streaming it. You don't know me, but come watch anyway. But I don't know if anyone came. Supposedly I have 2 viewers. If you came over from Dad Builds, let me know. That would be exciting. Oops. Scintillating YouTube content. So I got 2 really good splinters tonight. So this one, it's just a little thing. It's not gross. No one will get grossed out. I can't even see it on the camera. Oh well. Anyway, so that one. So I got that one, and that's always a trigger to remind me to put my gloves on. But then this one, that one got through the glove. So I was attached to the glove for a little bit. Then I got the glove off. And then I got a clean razor out and cut it out. I know, sleep is for wimps. No, so I did get, when I got tagged with COVID, it was extremely mild when I had it, but I've been fatigued ever since. And it's probably partially the way I used to live. I used to only need like 4 hours of sleep to function easily. And then, not anymore. Not anymore. Like, I'll push through this. I'll sleep a couple hours, but I'm going to pay for it fairly soon. Probably Monday. And, or like when I get to Columbus, I might crash. I might not start my workday in Columbus till like noon. But yeah, I went from being able to easily function on, ooh, look at the coffee. It's blinking. I went from being able to easily function on 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, and now I need like 8 to 10. So it like doubled my sleep needs. But that could also be, I'm going to be 45 on Monday. So it could also just be getting older and the way I treated my body for the last decade. But I always would say, sleep is for wimps. I'll rest when I'm dead. Now I need a little more rest these days. So kids, if you learn nothing else from me on this channel, go ahead and take that sleep seriously. I didn't. You know the saying, burn the candle from both ends. I used to tell people, just throw the candle in the fire. It's easier. But I am. Someday I'm going to stay up for fun instead of work. My personal record for staying up and working, I was up for 41 hours. I was working, including drive time, 36 of those hours. So stupid. So stupid looking back on it. So one of these days, I'm going to stay up for 41 hours of fun. If I didn't know it would probably ruin part of the trip, I would do it this April at the Carney Crew meetup. But I'm sure it would mess something up. At the very least, like, miss a flight, or I don't know. Just imagining bad things happening. I don't know if Disney would ever do a 24-hour thing. Nice, good work. Hey, I'm right behind you. I'll never quite catch up, but I'm right behind you, on your heels. So the mustache got a stay of execution. Normally I shave the mustache on my birthday, March 13th, this Monday. But some of the merch I bought is a hat, and I did a diamond with an eye in it. It's a smaller version of my logo, and I did it kind of on purpose. It'll look like a Mario hat. So I got permission from Mrs. Izzo to keep the stash until the hat arrives, which it should arrive. The estimate is between the 16th and the 22nd, so I get a couple extra weeks this year. Well, and she said I was a good boy this winter, so she agreed to. Oh, 3 viewers! Hey, if you're not driving or anything, go ahead and shout out whoever you are. So, if you just arrived, this stream has turned into me eating popcorn. But the only point of this stream was to watch the clock change to daylight savings time. So it got to 1:59, it went directly to 3 a.m. You can watch it later back up. It's a lot less spectacular than you're imagining it, but it was fun to do anyway. But I started eating popcorn before 3 a.m. So we'll just finish this popcorn and then end the stream. Well, thanks for watching, whoever's out there. I know Steven's out there. Steven's chatting. Oh, I lost one of you. Fairly well. I miss you already. I'm a wee bit tired. I'll try to think of something fun to tell. Well, just in case. That is a talent I have, apparently. That's hilarious. So, if anyone wants to steal this idea, they can. I get ideas, and I know when I'm too lazy for a particular idea. So I wanted to write a pilot episode for a TV show called Doctor Huh, and he'd be a Time Lord. He's got a time machine that doesn't work. It's bigger on the outside than it is on the inside, and every once in a while he degenerates. But so if you want to steal that, you can. That would be my crazy Time Lord. As far as screenplays that are in my head that are never going to come out into real life, I also wanted to do a Darkwing Duck sequel series that in my mind is kind of like Batman Beyond, where Drake Mallard is old and crotchety and Goslin has taken over being Darkwing. I thought that could be fun. Might be a little too derivative and too close to the Batman Beyond, but you know, you could make that fun. Let's see, have I had any other screenplay ideas? No, I think that's it for screenplays. So another, what I think is a really good idea, and I'm never going to go through with this, but if you're the kind of person that has these skills, some design skills, some salesmanship, I think a real moneymaker would be you put a deli into a Home Depot or a Lowe's or a Menards. Of the three, my favorite's Home Depot, so I always pictured it in the Home Depot. And it would be inside the building, but it would be designed to look like a roach coach, like a food truck. And the key to making the money is you have to be able to let the contractors use their Home Depot credit there. So you have to work out a deal with Home Depot. But I know I'm always hungry whenever I go in there. And they have snacks and stuff there. But yeah, can you imagine if there's like a little deli right in the middle of Home Depot? I was thinking, I wasn't sure which would be better. Like Sub Depot, Deli Depot, I don't know, something like that. But if you're the kind of person that has the skills to design that, send it to corporate, feel free to steal it. Just maybe give me a card where I can just buy subs forever. That would be all I would ask. I don't want any credit or anything. Time flies. I've been doing this for 40 minutes in real time, or an hour and 40 minutes in fake time. Yeah. I know. I think you could make a killing, man. Or even have it, even if you just did a simple coffee shop, because I mean, then you're hitting like the breakfast hunger. Like do a little coffee shop in there, have some pastries and things, have a couple of lunch sandwiches later. I just know I'm too lazy to go through with all this planning and ideas. I had another fun one, and my aunt had the same idea, except my aunt works in purchasing for a big print company, so she actually kind of had the business experience to start figuring out the logistics. But I wanted to do a beer delivery service. I was going to call it Beer Run, so I already had my theme song for it, BWRUN, Beer Run. But yeah, get some refrigerated trucks, bring beer to people, save people from driving, their party ran out of beer, save them from driving drunk. I think the biggest issues, well, what she said, the biggest expense was actually liability insurance, because she researched it much farther than I did. I just had an inkling of the idea. So she actually researched it, and the liability insurance was a bit much. You'd have to have like 0 drinking tolerance for your drivers. You'd have to be a real stickler for checking the ID. Make sure you're not serving minors. So, but yeah, get a little college town, have a little beer delivery service. You're only working 2 nights a week for the rest of your life. So steal any of these, but just give me a little card. Let me buy stuff from you for like little to nothing. If it's successful. If it's not successful, then well then this is the Space Mountain, and my name is not Skipper Dan. So every Wednesday I've been sampling from my bourbon barrel, seeing how the tastes change over the weeks. But I'm going to Columbus this week, so I'm debating taking the barrel with me. But I'm worried that if I take it with me, that something bad will happen to it on the drive down or during construction. So I haven't decided if I'm taking it with me. I could also have, if I could figure out who I would trust the most to do it, I could also have someone taste it for me, send me the video, and I could post it. Supposedly there's 2 of you watching. I'm so sorry you're watching me eat popcorn. I'll try to keep my mouth closed, for the most part. We don't want this to be gross. Do they have a name for the hot dog stand? Home Doggo? Dog Depot? So while I'm in Columbus, I'm going to time-lapse the install of this next purse store. Make a video out of it. Awesome. It was a wonderful moment, Stephen. I'm so glad that you were able to join me on it. have a good rest, buddy. Go get some shut-eye. I'll get some later this morning. Where did I start to babble? Oh, I'm going to time-lapse down in Columbus. And the fella I was just talking to, Stephen, knew, and he bought a chest harness for his phone so he could record Tron without, getting yelled at by the cast members. Good night, Stephen. So I might have to try to snag one as quickly as possible. I'm sure Amazon has one. I'm sure I can get it shipped like overnight or whatever. But so I was thinking I'll probably set up the iPad and take like a long shot of the space I'll be working in, and time lapse it there, and then. But it would be neat to also hook the phone into a chest mount, so you could also get a point of view of what I'm doing. So we'll see. I'll at least time lapse it, and I don't know if I would want to time lapse the point of view, or if I'll just get different clips. Yeah, I'll think about it. Man, I still got to cut up all that black melamine. It'll go quick, but it's just one more thing that I forgot about. Oh well. Don't worry, almost done with the popcorn. I think I've got a root beer in the fridge. I won't drink any more bourbon. It's too early in the morning for that. I think I got water in there too. I'll get hydrated somehow. And after I post this, you know what? I'll make a stupid little short out of the time travel. Maybe we'll call it time dilation instead of time travel. I'll think about it. But I bet if I put the Back to the Future soundtrack behind it, I bet that'll spark a couple of hundred views on YouTube. Excuse me. Says I got a viewer. Whoever you are, hope you're having a good morning. Or if you're far enough away from me that it's not morning, it's nighttime, I hope you're having a good evening. Or maybe you're me from the multiverse watching myself. Sounds like something I would do. I can't even remember what I put for a thumbnail. I guess I could look. I don't know how to look for this video. Oh well. Maybe I'll change it later. I don't know if you could do that kind of thing. I know I can change the thumbnail before a stream starts. I imagine I could do it after. Do some crazy Photoshop with Back to the Future. Put myself in there. So if you missed the transition from 1:59 to 3 o'clock, it happened around the 23-minute mark or so. 23, 24, somewhere in there, if you need to go back and watch it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you later. We'll have a live stream on Monday. And we'll have a live stream on Friday recapping the week. Kind of going over how well or how bad I did on that install. And cool. Thanks for watching. See you next time you're at Izzo's place.